This podcast is intended for an over 18 audience. If you are under 18,
Come out of it, you bastard!
Welcome to another episode of the Trucker's Bible, an anniversary one.
Your anniversary?
Yes.
40-year anniversary.
With a failed truck driver, David Cuddy. Why you got me on for this one, I'll never know.
You're the man that got this whole show.
You
got the train going for this.
Look, see this. What camera are we on? Oh, no one's telling me what camera we're
You
using.
look at the screen.
What a shit show. This, what is it?
A Midleton.
Midleton Very Rare?
Very rare. Some
This is
It's lovely. It's really nice, really smooth. Very impressed. Thanks very much.
Right, finish your intro.
But
That is the fucking intro.
Oh, is that it? Finished?
That's the best intro you're ever going to hear.
Right, scratch.
But
Do it again.
no,
Don't
David
come-
was on our first episode, and this
that your
episode is
first
going to be
episode?
released. Yeah, you walked in and you
Oh, yeah,
kind
sorry.
of joined it.
Hey, come here. We all do a cheers. For year anniversary for the
1
Truckers
year
Bible.
anniversary.
Cheers. On your year anniversary, what would you change if you could change? What's the hardest part of it? This podcasting.
The sound.
Well, the sound was obviously... But I don't know. I was delighted the way we did it because it looked... So it's seen us build up. Progress. Like we went down to the park. We thought we had this shit. And we had the gear. We thought, lad, fucking hell... RT wouldn't have a fucking looking at us in the snow. They want one mic connected, I'd say. We are using the camera. And you could hear everything down. You could hear what's the at the back of the pub. Yeah, what you got down the back of
Danny
3
and all
pints.
the
It was just but
It's like that old saying, us stupid people have to be awful clever, and when you dip your toe into a medium that you know nothing about, it just is so complicated.
Yeah.
but we had some fun. I don't think it changed anything.
enjoyed it,
yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was all wrong. We thought we were the shit. We weren't. And next we just realised that
I remember you ringing me the morning after when I went home. What do you think of that? It's just savage. Just that savage. I listened to it and I was like, fuck, how the hell Don, that's fucking shit.
Yeah.
There was echoes. There was people ordering pints down the back of the pub. 3 quarters, 2 bottles, lad bottles.
I found that a lot with there's episodes we could never put out that we drank in
Yeah.
because you get so messy
Yeah.
and you don't think you're messy. I often finished a 3-hour episode and walked out of the studio going, wow, that was class. And then listened to it next morning, was indecipherable. Didn't know what I was talking about myself.
I'm watching, not let them out. You have them stored.
Sure,
like.
we were talking shite. Got so drunk.
Yeah, but you not edit it and get the good bits stored.
When you're talking, the stuff we were talking about.
It was
We started off drunk.
It's illegal.
It was bad. Do you know? Because you go to the pub and then you say you go. Oh, sure, we'll go into the podcast room now, and you half shot.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. And,
Podcast rooms like the casino.
yeah. and then trying to do it on my own, just not worth the shite. Because
Yeah.
you're just not
By
minding
the
what's
way,
going on.
these are fucking nice. It's
Aren't they?
my first time
What did you
ever
wanna
having
taste
a
my
whiskey
one?
It's your
sour.
first whiskey sour.
Yeah, my first time ever.
They are mint. Me, I'll taste it.
I am dedicating this one here to Shane Finnegan because
Thank
I
fuck
watched
you
him-
said that.
She's there, nice.
I thought you were going to say someone else.
That's John. That's producer John.
Yeah, producer John.
Not bad.
that's fucking nice.
Do you want the rest of it?
No, I'm drinking my real nice deer whiskey. When you get deer whiskey for free, drink it. Enjoy it.
Who put that lorry in her way?
Yeah, it's a
It's a
massive
nice
big
lorry, though.
concrete lorry. I thought it was aeroboard when I came in because it's the same. It looks the same as them Halloween decorations that
Yeah.
Vicky buys in
Paul.
where does that
Could
shop?
that calling your
Oh,
truck with
Mr.
Halloween
No,
decoration?
Mr.
that's what
Price.
it looks like.
It does
You know
look
them
like.
aeroboard ones.
Airboard, yeah. But it's full concrete.
It's cool now.
Yeah, it is. It is nice.
First time in the.
It
the
weighs
studio.
more than the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I thought it was great. Let down the auction. The one we auctioned off at the run out. Anyone up for the truck trail? Above my head.
heavy.
Oh, you wouldn't hold it.
Will that hold water?
Yeah.
You should fill that with ice and put drinks in it.
I said the very same. Get rid of the box.
We already talked about it, but where would you get when the water would melt? Where would
It's
you?
like your
Sure, Paul could draw it
your
out
tub.
to the yard.
How do you get it out?
Suck it out. Put goldfish in it.
Sure, what do you need to fish?
They die out here fairly quick, I tell you.
Put goldfish in
Trout.
it. Put there a little piranha.
No,
Maybe an
it's-
octopus.
It is cool, and that would be a good idea for. Imagine the cans of cider and Coors sticking up over, and one big bottle of whiskey up at the headboard.
It would be nice.
That's
Put
for
it on
next
the
episode.
shelf there. I used to go on TikTok lives. I used to enjoy doing TikTok lives when I was in the shop. You know, just passing a bit of time. You'd see some mad people having arguments, and I used to put up this comment another time. Where would you buy a baby whale? Very simple. Right? And you get banned for that.
What? Why?
Yeah, you get
what?
banned. Try everyone that's listening at home if you want a bit of crack. Go onto a live, especially with the Americans, and say,
The Americans.
does anyone know where you can buy a baby whale?
And you got banned.
And you get banned for it.
For what reason?
Yeah. I don't know. Sure, TikTok, it's a shit show. I hate it.
I think it's rubbish. But you see, the amount of people are actually just doing nothing at home.
Yeah.
Just set up the yoke, and they're
one
tidying the
fella-
house, and
one
they're
fella
digging
one
out the
night-
fire.
The algorithm is addictive. They have it down to a fine art.
There's
You
one
just
fel-
have that. You get dead scrolling and you just get lost in it.
There's one fella in there in a lorry every evening. He's making his dinner. An English fella there, just parked up and he's just making his dinner every evening. On it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Chinese
Yeah,
guy.
did you see him?
Did you see him? And he goes like this after
the
he's
big- Yeah, and then he starts eating.
and then he starts eating it.
Yeah, I
and
see
everything
him.
has an egg on it.
No,
Every
when he's
single
finished,
thing he eats, he
Everett
just
gets an
fucks
egg.
an egg onto it. Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah,
Man,
and
his cab must smell
volume
rotten.
of stuff.
Did you ever see the Vans Grand
cab.
Man?
No,
Yeah.
his
Fries it
cab,
in the cab.
His cab must smell.
How do
rotten.
you get a cab? Is he a truck driver?
Yeah.
He's up in the middle. He's sitting on
Yeah.
the bunk.
Chinese fella.
Yeah,
Now, hey,
Yeah,
we're racial profiling there. He could be Korean.
Japanese.
He could be fucking Japanese.
could be from Edenderry.
Well,
I
We don't know.
Tomato.
Yeah.
It's
but
not my call.
all I say is look at the eyes. He's not Irish.
But you see the
Look
Vans
what he's
Grand Man?
cooking. I seen one day he was cooking octopus.
Yeah, seen that.
Do you see that one? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is he a truck driver cooking his cab?
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
sits up in the bunk with his legs crossed and a big wok on the floor of the lorry.
There's another
No way.
Eastern European TikToker that cooks in his cab steak, does like 2-course meals.
Oh yeah, with the air fryer fella. What's his name? And he has a PlayStation in the bunk. That's
That's
it.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
Trucker Liam.
is that his name?
Trucker Liam in
He's-
England.
Yeah,
He's a
yes,
huge
yes.
following on Instagram and TikTok and everything.
But that's
Oh,
cool.
is he the lad Loader? No?
Don't know. You only see the cab now. I never saw him.
Did
Did he
you
get in
work?
trouble for sucking off a dog or something?
Huh?
Oh Jesus!
No,
Could
sorry,
have,
that
yeah.
was a dream. Sorry, go on.
Give me can done.
I was dreaming.
Yeah, no, Trucker Liam now. He's a huge follower on Instagram. He's a huge
Jack
follower.
Russell?
Which fella though? Is he a
Jabber
big
jabber.
strong fella no?
You don't see him, sure. You only see him cooking the whole time, and
Red
then
Rocket, Red Rocket,
he's
Red
up
Rocket
in the bed,
lipstick.
and then he's up in front of the PlayStation, and he has his
Pull off
dinner.
lipstick.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Red Rocket?
Who?
That's a no.
Did you ever play Red Rocket?
No.
Never.
What's Red Rocket?
Have you a dog?
No.
He used to.
You
I
get a
used to
dog.
have a dog.
You get. Well, have your neighbours
He
got a
died.
dog?
He died from Red Rocket.
It's more of a housing
your
estate
neighbour,
thing.
if your neighbours have a dog,
Yeah.
you just roll them over on their back and you rub their belly, and then this little red rocket comes, and you just
You like-
you just
put-
play with
put-
it.
put
You
a
just go,
lighter
red
on it.
rocket, red rocket, red rocket. Next thing you just squirts out milk.
The rocket launches and
Yeah.
you win.
There's definitely
It's a
a hook
housing
anyway.
estate thing.
You win then.
Dunno. It's like Soggy Biscuit. Did you ever play that?
Oh, no.
No, I never played that. No.
I have a friend called Timmy Biscuit, and it was fucking years. He was older for years to figure
How
out
do
why.
you get that name?
Do you know that you have to come in the biscuit?
Yeah.
You got partners in.
You have to what?
Come in the biscuit.
Come on the biscuit. You have to wank off on the biscuit. And if you're last to come on the biscuit, you have to fucking eat of the biscuit.
So just say we were playing it now. We'd all get in a circle.
Yeah.
And we'd have a nice digestive, a big one, chocolate one if you're rich.
Okay.
And what you do is everyone starts wanking,
Okay.
and the last person to come on the biscuit has to eat it.
I'd win that.
You'd
I'd be
want
first.
to win
I'd
it.
be first out.
Would you blow quick?
Ah.
Yeah, but you're not being specific. Is the winner eating the biscuit or is the winner not?
Yeah.
It's all perception.
Yeah. See, you have to. Yeah.
Timmy,
I'd be the loser then.
Timmy
Well, I'd say
Biscuit.
the loser's the one who comes last.
Oh, depends what kind
Yeah,
you're
but
into.
Depends.
then to the
Depends.
women might maybe
This-
different.
Hey, if
this
it's
day and
chocolate, like
This day and age.
Did you ever
And is
become
it
biscuit?
chocolate hobnobs.
they take a good load.
You never heard about that?
No.
Or
Did
the
you know-
red rocket.
Did you know the pigeons die after sex?
I heard you on the podcast about it, yeah. Other than that, I wouldn't know.
There's another animal
you know
dies
that?
after sex.
Did you ever see a baby
Oh, a
pigeon?
bee.
Did
Bee.
never see
No, a
baby
bee
pigeon?
stings
A
you
baby
dies.
pigeon?
No.
No one ever did.
Hey, there's another animal that dies after sex.
Who?
Think about it.
Ooh. No, there is another animal. Is it blows load and he's dead then?
Salmon.
Maybe it's me.
Yeah, salmon go up the river, they lay their eggs, and then the ladfish wank on the eggs, and then they die.
What you got into the seahorse?
A
What's that
lad
story?
fish.
Are seahorses men and women?
Into something like that, isn't it?
No,
The bisexual.
The man carries the whales, isn't it?
That's it.
Hey, nowadays, do you know,
Yeah,
we can't disclose that, John.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's an education.
I seen on
podcast,
Facebook
this.
last week.
John,
A man
these
had a
are
child.
absolutely outstanding. The whiskey sour, probably the nicest thing I've fucking ever drank.
You never had one before at all.
Fucking that? No, no,
I
definitely not.
told you in Dundalk that night we had whiskey, so we were drinking Pornstar martinis.
I
No,
never,
we Pawn Stars.
I never had them until a while ago either, and then I found out after they were made with egg white, and I was like, oh, jeez.
Do you not like eggs? Just we the
Not
podcast.
not raw egg white.
Why? Just
Did
does
you ever
eggs
drink
freak
one?
you?
Hey, do you like
Whiskey
do you like
sours?
duck eggs?
No, the egg white
Do
raw.
you like duck eggs?
Yeah, I used to
Raw.
drink when I was in the gym.
No,
I-
duck eggs.
No
crack
way.
them in a
Not
glass.
raw.
I used to have 5 or 6.
No, not raw, but like a duck egg in general.
Yeah,
We had a
You-
chat
you-
about duck eggs. Yeah, there's shortage of duck eggs.
Why is that so shot? Yeah,
maybe everyone's shooting them.
Because we just lost the.
No, sorry.
The move
Since
of the
I had the chat
duck
about
back.
the shortage of duck eggs, people have dropped into the house. Boots
No
and
way.
Cockles had about 20 one night.
he loves duck eggs.
In the crate.
They're
I
rare
got
to get.
off. I couldn't eat them.
How many eggs do you eat a day?
8, is it?
No, I'm trying to. Brian Buggy got me into this eating eggs to lose weight.
How's
You're
that
going along
going?
in the truck. But what do you mean, how it's going?
I don't know. I've no frame of reference on it. I don't know how big or small you
No,
are
but-
starting off.
But Buggy said, well, it was kind of, we were called twins at one stage.
Ah, fuck off.
We were.
No
Right.
way you were bigger than him.
Sorry, because the lad actually snapped me this week. I met him in Mount Mellick and he's flashing like fucking. I was like, well, what's crack? He snapped me then, Ronan Burke. He's from Kilkenny somewhere. And he's like, I'm after meeting one of the small Dunn curtains. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, you and Dunn, you're the small one. It's like, fuck. She's don't let Don hear you say that. I was actually going to text you to see, did you know him? But if you did know him, you'd probably go kill him.
Don, would you leave the lorries for any reason? And what job would you leave it for?
I know. Can I answer?
I'll ask you after.
Can I answer? Jesus, how good friends we are. I know what he'd leave Lurry for.
Go on.
Groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Cutting grass.
Fuck off.
We're
Yeah.
good friends.
Doing like mowing lawns.
Oh, yeah.
He loves a good lawnmower.
Oh, Jesus, smell of fresh cut
He
grass.
bugs them as well.
And they're
Aye, it was a
class
small
mowers
lawnmower.
now. They're even doing golf courses. Lad, they're like mini size.
Prices.
Sorry, not a
Oh, unreal.
not a landscaper, a greenskeeper.
Greenskeeper. My dad did it, I think, with class. Lovely job. Early in the morning as well. Places cut before 6 o'clock in the morning before the golfers come in.
We
Go
were
up early, you get to see the dawn break, get to smell the lovely cut grass.
And the dew rising off the
Yeah.
grass.
we were
Beautiful.
working above a golf course, and you could see him coming out in the morning,
savage,
and
yeah.
they take the dew off the green.
With the
Squeegees.
Like a
squeegees.
sweet
Squeegees.
squeezy, yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that? That was in the north, was it?
No, that
No,
was
it wasn't far from here.
That
That was a private golf course, wasn't it? No?
No, give it Ballyfin, just outside Ballyfin.
Ballyfin, where's
Rich,
Ballyfin?
a billionaire in America, bought this huge big estate and built his own 10-hole golf course on it.
Stop.
For,
10 holes.
for whenever he wants to come home and chill out, and
So the boys still maintain it and no one
every day of the year,
But
he
no one
pays the-
playing in it.
just in case someone comes.
He had
Hey,
plans
Don, drop your CV in.
Yeah,
Drop your CV in.
that's what happens when you're a
I'd actually
billionaire.
know. Gee, wouldn't that be beautiful to do that job?
10 holes. See, that's what annoys me about
Concentrate
golf.
maintenance.
I like golf. I mean, fan. John, you always remember Dad always said I had a great try. He said you were great at launching the ball. And it's just never took into it. Because you know why? 18 fucking holes. I get to 3. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I have to keep walking. I'm like, and doing this again and again. Lads love it. I cannot like it.
It's a good walk, spoiled.
I
No,
think when
yeah.
you get older, you like it a lot more.
Because you fuck all to do.
yeah,
Like our lads retiring to the golf course.
I know so many people that just get addicted to it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because it's a sport that if you start getting good at it, you're only competing with yourself, and you'll notice yourself getting better a bit by bit. And it's very fair the way they work the handicap system.
The handicap,
You can kind of
yes.
play with anyone.
Yeah.
I actually have a clue.
You're
about
off,
that
you're
one.
off your
I have a
handicap,
clue.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're what?
So me and you could play a game of golf competitively with each other, even though you might be 10 times better, because your handicap is worse. Or
Yeah, like say if you play say off a 20
think the
handicap, you have 10 shots in hand. Where if he plays off 0, he's no shot. So if you were 10 shots behind, you could actually go even with him.
Is it the less your handicap number, the better you are?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you're
It's
playing.
always better to have a less of a handicap. In every walk of life. I would think.
Are you sure with the walk a bit? He started eating his mouth. He's put his hand in his mouth.
There's a name on that in there.
Yeah.
Bit of editing there, John, is there?
I was thinking, well, if they upload this to YouTube, I'll stick the box for the rating.
I don't think Don's even started yet.
Well,
Dave, you're getting to where you want to be at the minute, aren't you? I noticed.
I am in my
no,
bollocks.
I'd say you're
Hey,
on top of things now.
Be under no illusion, right? I have, and I mean this, no idea what I'm doing.
Still.
No, I'd say you have it.
I've no idea what I'm doing.
It looks.
I'm
what you're
trying.
in-
I am trying my best.
but
I
what's
have
your
no idea.
goal? What is?
Social media is.
No. Without like,
What
what's
is
your
my
final?
Now, my final goal would be to just have some time.
Build a house.
I just want to chill out with my kids.
I think the house gonna be the wayside, is it?
Oh, that's so
I seen that
complicated.
digger work your man done open that hedge. That was perfect. It's like the Cuddy's house gonna be up like
Yeah,
that.
he'll be flying.
So, it took so long to get the planning. And
Yeah.
then, like most things in life, my wife just gets this plan bomb and threw it into Everton. And her mother's house, the mother wanted to get rid of the house and she was going to sell it or whatever. And then we're ending up having to acquire that. So,
That Protestant house.
what?
Protestant house.
I think it's a €200 schoolhouse or something.
Yeah.
But
So
we're paying €1,300 a month rent where we are.
Fuck, I 1,200 here.
And that's before you heat it,
Yeah.
and before you do it, and then there's no fire in it. And the people that we're renting it off, they're not fucking very nice to us either. They don't get stuff
do you
fixed up.
feel what me and Emma feel? If you go look for something, you're annoying them.
I don't even look for anything. I used to just fix stuff myself because I was happy to be in it, and there was a
Yeah.
time I thought I could buy it off them,
Yeah.
and then that didn't work out. And I just always feel them chasing me tail. Like, I'm 45 years of age, and I do have 4 kids, and I have no house, and I have business, and it just escalates, and I have no time, and you're trying to figure out stuff. The more you try to, I think, get things working easier and better, the more complicated things get.
but you have a site, you have planning.
Yeah.
Why aren't you building?
Because I'm pumping money into another house that I'm going to get.
Oh, so you're going to stop at
Are
the
you,
building?
are you going to pull out the site then?
No, I'm going to do that as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ. There's
Yeah,
greed.
yeah, just
The greed.
No, it's not greed.
He
It's
just
not.
hardship. He just needs a map.
But come here, before you
not.
start building, before you open that site, did you know you're getting this house?
No,
Bomb.
you see, the bomb.
Yeah.
And
Is it a big house?
no, it's not really.
Does it take? Will it take? Is it livable now?
I'll let you know when we get more into it. But I was thinking, look, we might as well be putting money into that than pumping it into
Yeah.
a house we're renting for €1,300. And if I was always going to
And
try and
is it far away?
no, it's in cameras as well.
Oh, go away.
Oh, perfect.
But what
So-
I was always going to. My plan was always to try and build a house without getting a mortgage.
Yeah.
It's hard, very hard, very hard.
But Dave, at your age, getting a
it's-
mortgage at
yeah.
your age, like,
It's pointless. And then everything gets complicated. It's like a year and a half ago, I was sole trading. So the business just grows and you kind of grow with it. And then when it grows, it gets to a point where you're trying to do everything and it gets complicated and you don't understand tax and you don't understand VAT and you don't understand cash flow and everything gets real big and it's all on top of you. And then I go limited. And your accountant is telling you, go limited, that's the best way to go. So you do that because you're taking advice from people that are supposed to know. But they don't tell you when you go limited, you don't have a way of financing that company for a year until you have a year's books. So you have a year's trading to do before you have books that you can even get bridging loans. Because like when I'm buying stock, it's 100,000, 150,000, 200,000. And you have to carry that. So cash flow is just this huge thing. And then most of it has been pumped back into the podcast. And most of it's been pumped back into paying wages. And then you still end up going to work and then putting the kids to bed and then, I have to head back into town. Or I have to head back in and do this.
Yeah.
Or sometimes when you're editing podcasts or listening to it, say I get it sent to me and then go and listening through it and just say it's a 2-hour podcast. and you have phone calls coming in. It's taken 4 hours to do that. And that's 4 hours of your day. If I wasn't driving a forwarder, I don't know what I'd do, because you have that little bit of time.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
And
a
then-
question now that's coming actually. Would like if you won the lotto, would you stop working?
Yeah.
No, but you wouldn't do the forwarder anymore at
Oh,
all.
no, I drive an odd time, but I wouldn't fucking. If I
Jeez, if I
had
fucking won
loads,
the lotto,
if I had
I
loads of
wouldn't
money, I'd sit at home pumping babies into Vicky, and I'd mind me kids.
He's mad for kids, isn't he?
That's it. I wouldn't mind doing that. Jeez, I think that's a great job. I mind my kids a lot now. That's probably, I'm fierce lucky that I get to mind my kids and I work with Garrett and Greg.
Yeah.
Because Garrett and Greg, the way we work and we work around home, they kind of work around me because they know I'm busy. So like this week, I can take the kids to school if Vicky's working.
But you're blessed to have that.
Blessed, and then I can go to work. Now it just means my day is pushed on, and I have to work until I still have to do me 10 hours or whatever. 10 or
Is
11.
there a limit on your hour work? Like,
What do
if
you
you
mean?
don't do 10 hours, you're not going to get so much production done. Like,
You just you don't get. It's the same as driving a lorry. You won't get work done unless you do it.
yeah.
You know,
Because
it's
I've
not,
often
it's
seen you
not
there
about
working
putting in
late,
hours.
yeah.
It's just
and you need to get so much out.
all people like us that do them jobs. Nothing gets done unless you actually do it.
Yeah.
But we're working in these blows now, and it's fucking hard work.
Oh, are you doing them now, yeah?
Yeah, we're doing them. It's fucking hard on the machines.
What do you mean
Wait.
blows? What's
The
blows?
storm.
Do you know the way the storm?
Oh, the storm
all the-
fall. Oh, yeah.
Trees blow down.
So are you making a kind of? So I see there was one place. It was like I just seen drone footage. It was actually just the centre of it. All around was perfect. So did you cut your way into the centre,
Some of them you're only cutting
or would
down
you
what's
just
blown.
start and go, and then when you're into it, you're into it?
Most of them are just all blown. Now, if you have just one area that's blown, what Quailch will do is you'll go in and you'll make your extraction line and you'll cut just what you have to cut. But it's probably all going to blow down anyway because you've opened it up. You've opened it up that the wind's going to get in. It's just going to blow. But it's just a lot harder on the machines, and it's rough, real rough ground. And the longer that it goes on, the trees are out of the ground, they'll die. Then your brash falls off, and then you don't have any flotation with the machine. So
you know,
you're driving on
brash-
blank ground.
Yeah.
The timber gets dry, it gets light. Then the market will get, if we don't get it done quick, because I think there's 10 million cubic meters down in the country. If that doesn't get cooked
off.
quickly, that'll all rot. It'll go into hardwood, or
Shit.
not hardwood, fucking deadwood, and then the market will be saturated with pulp.
So you're extracting that for little money.
Well, we want to cut it, and most contractors are ready to cut it. But say we're in a contract, so the lads will have a contract, or most people that work with Quailcha will have a contract for a certain length of time in an area, and you're getting paid by the average tree. So the size of the tree dictates what money you get. But with the blow, it costs about a third more to cut it, because it's harder on the machine, harder on chains, harder on the crane bases, harder on diesel, harder on your tracks.
How, if you don't mind me asking, when it's already leaning down?
Dead
angle.
wood.
Right, so you see the leaning down and you'll think, sure, it's down already,
Yeah,
it's easy.
so
but
I
it's
can't
not,
use-
it's all knotted together. And it's all broken and bent and cracked.
So you could grab one tree and pull it, but it mightn't come.
But you're not even getting the tree. You could go into the wood and you're facing the trees, but you're facing the top of the trees that are off down here.
Yeah.
So you have to cut it as you get it.
Right.
So if you look at the wood we're in now, if we were going into that as a standing sail, you'd cut it the same way as if you were cutting silage. You'd do the headlands and you'd make an extraction pattern, you cut lines. Whereas we're going in, you're cutting as much as you can this way, then you can't get any farther. Then you're cutting as much as you can this way, and you're opening it up. Then you're getting your machine and you're having to cut 8 meters up this way because there's a big crack here and it's dangerous and it could flick up and hit your pipes. And then you can't pull it out because you pull the base out of your machine.
But is that Greg's fear, like the harvester driver?
Well,
Is he the man to go in and sort it?
if you were doing it properly and you were trying to mind your machines, you'd have sawmen. But that's where most sawmen get killed because you cut a tree
Cut a
and
tree,
it snaps.
bang.
So what we try and do is do it without the sawmen. So
Yeah.
it takes longer. You're using way more chains.
Harder
You're
machine.
but they won't pay. They don't want to pay the money.
No, fuck it.
So because most of the contractors are now saying, look, at least pay for the sawmen or give us the extra money, Quailcha are saying no. And now they're bringing in contractors from Germany and stuff to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a state body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like everything that happens in Ireland. It's a pandemic of Anton. The ESP man, where are they brought in from?
Finland and
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like.
No, that's just the nature
And that's
of
to tell you then that's
way
your part of
these
Europe.
kind
But,
of
but I do think they go out in as well now. Do the Irish not go out there as well? Like, no.
Yeah, no, we often have went out.
Have you?
Yeah,
Abroad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and mostly during blows. But the situation would be different. When we went out to Sweden, the reason that we went out to Sweden is because in Sweden, forestry is a way different job than what we do. You would have to go to college. You start off on a saw, then you drive the harvester, then you drive the forwarder.
Really?
And a normal working day for a Swedish contractor would be to go in and you'd have 2 drivers working one shift. And the first shift, the guy would be on the saw, walking around doing a few things, and then it'd be 5-6 hours, another 5-6 hours. And when the blow happened and all the timber on the ground, they were there. We're only doing 5 or 6 hours.
Okay.
And then you have this time constraint. We need to get this cut quick. So they had no drivers, so they asked us to go out.
Is that when you brought the machines and everything over?
Yeah, yeah. But like there's no short machines. We want to do it, but like
When did you do that?
Jesus, 2005. I think it was 2004, 2005. We were in Sweden. I think Czech Republic was 8 or 09, I think, and then France. I think was when was everyone out in France? 12 or 13? I'm not sure.
And you brought all your own gear
Yeah, yeah,
on lorry and loader, your own lorries.
yeah. No, got crowds to do it. Sweden was a big job to get out there, and the Czech Republic. I'll actually fucking never forget it. My brother Seamus wouldn't be the great to organise things, you know.
Is that when you nearly got arrested, is it?
Yeah. And he sent me and Mick Cuddy just with a Jeep, a fucking Land Cruiser, just 2 young lads.
And
What was I, 25?
Go out there now and sort it out.
Followed the lorry and the machines out to Sweden. So we were there grand. So we went up to the docks in England and we went to Dublin, then we went across to England and we were in Liverpool port and the 2 machines were loaded off and we were to wait for 2 lorries to come and collect the machines to bring them over to, where's it, Cherbourg or where it goes to Gothenburg.
Cherbourg.
Hull, I'd say. You went to Hull. Or
It was the other side of England.
Not Harwich.
Harwich or
Yeah,
Hull?
Harwich.
Harwich or Hull?
It was one of them anyway. But 1 lorry came. And my brother goes, well, that's fucking not on. I was told 2 lorries to be there. I'll organise someone else. Grand. We were just waiting. So another lorry comes in. We loaded it up. We tied it up. Now, we didn't know that no lorry other than the one that's registered to bring that is supposed to bring it. And we opened the barrier and got your man in. And on the way out, the police, the fucking sirens, everything. So they thought we were robbing a machine.
Stop.
Brings me into the office and starts threatening me, and that's not your machine. I had to ring, fucking get certifications and all that. I was fucking terrified.
I'm ring Greg now. Greg's out.
I was Seamus at the time. Greg was driving somewhere else. But we followed that machine across England. Then we drove him onto the big ferry boat, whatever that was. But it wasn't a ferry. It was like a container boat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So we drove this onto it. The guys were Mexican or something, and we asked them when we got the machines tied down, and we asked them, like, how long is this going to be? And we were sure he said 7 hours. I was sure he said 7 hours.
Sure.
11 hours.
And
more.
Where'd he go?
No, we were after. We were after sleep. We were after sleep. Couldn't get sleep that night in Liverpool, and we slept in this back alley. And the police knocked on the window. They thought we were 2 gay lads riding the hole off each other. Windows all steamy. An Irish Jeep parked in the fucking. So we had no sleep got because they told us to move. So we had about 2 hours sleep.
Then you thought you were gay.
And when your man said it's about 7 hours, Mick said, right, go in, get into our cabin, we'll fucking sleep. But when they showed us the cabin, your man says, oh, there'll be food in 2 hours. There's food. Mick goes, fuck that, we're sleeping. So that's what we done. We slept. We set the alarm. We got out. It was fucking dark. It was the middle of the night. We were there thinking, there's fucking not a lot going on here. We walked down. There was sort of a mess area. Nothing. Nobody around. Because it wasn't a ferry. There was no shops. There was no nothing. It was just a cabin
cargo,
area.
You and the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next thing, this lad says, where are you going? I said, are we nearly docking? No, 20 hours left.
Stop.
Nearly fucking died.
It's long, isn't
You're
it?
not delighted to sleep more, no?
No,
we were
it's torture.
starving. We were starving. Your man gave us a few sandwiches. And then when we got there, we hadn't enough clothes. It was minus fucking 20. We were freezing cold. And we loaded up the machines on these coolest lorries we've ever seen. These huge, big Swedish lorries that had the air spraying on them, the airbrush, and we'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
And
That's a leash.
we started following the lorry. Couldn't keep the fucking Jeep on the road. Jeep was fucking all over the place. rang Shane and says, we can't keep up with the lorry lad. He's gone. Don't know where we've no idea where we're going. We can't keep in the road. Them roads are all treated for fucking ice. You can drive as fast as you want on it. we nearly died 4 times on the road, right? And we pulled up in the filling station. The lorry lad was showing us every tyre had these big spikes.
Yeah,
on the
they're
wheel.
huge, aren't they?
And you didn't.
Oh, we had nothing.
No, Land Cruiser.
We nearly died.
Would you do it all over again?
I wouldn't mind bollocks.
Was it an experience, though?
What?
Do you know, the way you're looking back, I know, was it an experience to...
It was hard work. Looking back, I enjoyed the money that we made, but it was hard work. We were only young lads, and like we were working 12-hour shifts 7 days a week. Like,
Yeah.
For how long were you there?
we were there about 8 or 9 months or that.
Really?
Imagine telling
Maybe
Vicky
just-
now you're going abroad.
Oh, I was single then. That was different.
Saying, imagine Vicky
Vicky would
to go
like.
to Sweden
But
for...
I was with Vicky when I was kind of with Vicky when I went to the Czech Republic, but I was only started with her.
Give her a
So it was
taste.
all right. You
That
get
was
away.
a horrible spot.
Was it?
Did I think Czech Republic was lovely.
Cunts.
They're probably lovely to visit. Not,
Ignorant
I stayed there
bastards.
for a while, yeah.
Ignorant They did not want us cutting their timber. I can fucking tell you that.
Go away.
But we arrived out there, and your man expected us. It brought us up into a wood, middle of a wood, and then these cabins. It was like something out of a horror film, and expected us to sleep in them. And a little shower that you just pull in, and everyone's right there outside the fucking
Yeah.
curtain, and you're supposed to pull this little switch, and the water trickles down. Barely wet your dick with him. And the next day we were like, nah, I'm fucking sleeping here. No way. And we ended up staying on the Austrian border in this ski resort.
Oh, you're right south then, and
Yeah, we were right down there, yeah.
Yeah.
It was that was hard. That was a nasty spot. And when you finished your work, right, and you finished your harvesting, the 52-seater bus would pull up, and all these Chinese would get out. I swear to God. And they would pick up all the sticks. So they'd just go off like fucking little ants. And you'd have a pile of big sticks. You'd have a pile of small sticks. There was zero waste. And they used to bag them up and chop them and sell them for kindling and stuff.
in China.
Huh?
I'd say they
No,
were
I'd
Chinese.
say there. I'd say they were just
There,
immigrants.
Yeah. It's a real poor place.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, once
Czech
you go
Republic's
outside
real poor.
the cities, like you'd pull up and there'd be prostitutes everywhere. Just on the side of the street, on the side of the road, you'd pull up in the car at traffic lights, and these ones,
Just grab the window.
poor fucking devils,
Yeah.
like, and they'd be there and freezing cold, and they'd be offering you stuff for €10, like fucking good value for any man, like. But by Jesus,
But it's a lot of money out there because it is cheap living, like, so.
It was-
When you bring him back and grease the machine?
it was bad.
Give you a tenner to
It
fill
was
diesel.
it was a fair old eye opener for a young lad.
Yeah.
What age were you in?
I was 25, but I'd never seen anything like that
Fuck
before.
yeah, well then, Jesus, sure, like, what, 31?
20 years ago.
Do you know when you're young,
Yeah.
like we often talk about, you know, when you watch the American movies and you see the strip joints, you know, in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
80s movies, and they look all cool and they're up there, and you see Pretty Woman and she's a lady of the night, but she's really cool, and then you see the brothels out there and
The
they're
lady
like
of the night.
horrific.
Yeah, hard yoke.
You know, it's like slave labour.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
all dead now.
Jesus Christ almighty, you took that rail down.
I said that. They're probably
Maybe a few of them are having lovely lives.
dead. I had to change it because you're getting very fucking emotional. Maybe they're all road to death.
Fucking hell.
Or the road to death.
You changed it for the worse. Poor devils are dead.
Just fucking write him off like that.
I
Had
hope.
to change it. I thought you were going to start crying.
Next subject.
We actually got to know a few of them. So when we were
See, he got to know them. He rode them all to death.
No, there was
Czech Republic,
on
RIP.
the Austrian border. There's a place called the E55, and it's like it's kind of in. It's not in Austria, and it's not in.
Yeah.
And it's like a hotel, but it's a high-end brothel. It's a real high-end brothel.
Oh, you were
And
talking
you'd
about that
see
one day.
Ferraris,
I've seen all of them,
Porsches,
yeah.
and all the Austrian millionaires would be coming over
Yeah.
to get women. And they used to stay in the same resort as us. And there was very few people spoke English. And we'd be talking to them every day. And they'd be from Czechoslovakia and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would say, I will have a better chance of having a life now. I get good money. And I make my own decisions of what I do with my body. And then I'll make a few pounds and I'll fuck off. Whereas my uncle or my father could sell me off to a neighbour. And I'd have no choice.
Fuck.
And I'm a
Yeah.
slave for the rest of my life. So he says, I would pick this every day of the week.
prostitution.
Jesus Christ.
To pick that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking mad, isn't it?
Well,
Tell
I did no choice.
It's amazing that you could be. We're living here, and 2 days drive away, people live in horrific life circumstances.
Poverty.
Yeah.
It's
And
not-
when you drive
it's-
through it, like you go into a nice place, but like the shitholes and like the rough places you go through on
you
the
don't
way
call it
to
poverty. You call it. What would you call it?
It's what you see in the telly. You think you only see in the
backwards.
worst places. Where like it's in them countries as well. Like the beautiful city, but 10 minutes outside the city is
like
absolutely
as bad as Ireland is, there's worse places.
Oh yeah,
We're definitely.
Like,
Jeez, yeah.
Sure, even Ukraine's only two days drive away. isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. And Ukraine is rough now. Like Poland and the outskirts of Poland, any of the cities, that's rough area. Like. I got a 5-star hotel in Poland for €35 one night.
Did you?
Yeah, and it was savage.
Okay, laugh at that.
Savage hotel.
You're loving them, Don.
Fucking nice.
He's after getting the pitch.
He's what?
Yeah, he's after clipping that. I give Don my whiskey sour. I says, nice, I don't like whiskey though. You and Jay Barr. He's after laughing. He goes,
The sound man's going to be out making more now in a few minutes.
Would you make one more for me, John? Would you?
I should make 4.
They're actually nice. I'm blaming Shane
Well, Don,
Finnegan.
same question back at you. Is your life fucking grey?
It is. It's fantastic. Get better.
That's a great way to be.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him.
Mortgage free.
Nothing.
My only bill at
Phone.
my phone and my internet is my only bill. That's it. That's my only bill.
Look at him.
Bet that.
Look at him. He's like,
No, I don't have any new
Dickhead.
vehicles, no nothing. I have a small little cottage. It's a thing. I have my
to be up in Airbnb
my
now,
land
shortly.
and I have my shed, but I have no bills. Bet that. And I really like it. I love it. I did go from had the big house and the whole thing, and like everybody else, but my path changed, and it brought me to where I am now, and I fucking love it. I have a lovely little cottage. I love it. It's right in town.
So all you need to do now is find a job groundskeeping. And then
Even though, to be fair, I cannot complain my job. It's really cool. I have a good variety. I get to drive track machines and loading shovels, and it's all local. I'd say I'd never travel. I'd say more than an hour from my
You
house.
had to go to Dublin. Was it Dublin?
But yet I could be anywhere.
You would go to Dublin.
Yeah, you went to Dublin there. Yeah, lately.
Yeah, I went up there twice.
It was a long time.
Right big adventure about
to the
the
big
fat trailer
schmuck.
like a dinner.
you bring a backpack and
The
everything.
whole lot. There was
A
big
stick with the little hanky at the back of it with the sandwiches in it.
past
He rang me twice.
Port Leash, like nosebleed.
Yeah, but was that like? I say you hadn't been to Dublin with a lorry though since you finished the last show.
No. It's nice, G. To be fair, I've lovely writer and a great gang. We have a great crew. We have a great. We go. There'll be there could be 6 of us. And we all go for breakfast 3 mornings in a row, and there's a right bit of banter, and it's all just on my
Closely
doorstep.
knit.
That's a great job because there's so little people out there enjoying their job.
But I think that's look. I think from day one I always love lorries, and even and to this day, say if the weather's good, you come home and you give her a big wash, right, and gel up your tires and stuff, right, and I definitely 100% would wake up before my alarm, and I can't wait to go to work.
But I remember when you used to leave with the cement tank. We could be fucking 2:30 in the morning. He's washed the
But
lorry.
I didn't have to know. But
you
I
ever
just,
see
it
them
just
snaps?
I could because we could load 24 hours in
John.
Dublin, and I used to bring down early. Shane never. He thought it was madness what I was doing, but it suited me. I liked it, and I used to go up to Dublin, truck gleaming,
Yeah.
the daft when I
He'd
that
wash
with
it.
Shane.
2:30 in the morning, you get a snap up to 2:38, and you hear it the phone.
Yeah, I see the
Shoved
snaps that you
Dublin, load it up.
Fucking long in
I
bed.
used to go back down in, and I used to go down maybe back down for Manor Stone, and into bed in for 1 full hour.
Yeah. And then he'd let on to everyone.
But anyone,
he'd do it on the
any
one back.
crowd I worked for, I always enjoyed it.
Me and Vicky and me were only chatting a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying, like, can you remember when you were most relaxed or when you were most, like, personally happy, you know? And it would be when I had the time maybe on a Saturday when I was off to wash the van, wash the car,
It's lovely to get those little
chill
jobs
out,
done.
get the little jobs done,
Yeah.
and then go out for something to eat and go back and have a drink at home. Or that,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you wouldn't have had fucking money to do anything. And now it's time. Everyone's time poor.
Yeah, that's the biggest killer in society now is time poor.
Like, how do you organise your time? Like, Have you any
I
organ?
don't. I just fucking. I have a rough idea what I have to do, and the man's after pulling the whole
Nearly
place
dropping a
down.
bottle of whiskey.
Clearly went over all the board.
He's making whiskey sours there.
But like, you just wing it every day.
I know. Like I have a plan. I know what hours I'm working. Like Garrett and Greg last week, we were
With the
doing
shop and everything.
we were doing shifts work. And
What shop has he got?
So on the shop last week, I would have been. I go in the morning, so 3 mornings a week I go in,
Yeah.
and then in the evening I spend an hour doing emails and stuff. And I have Mark in there helping me. So I do like before Christmas. I was trying to calculate last year where all my time's going because it just got ridiculous.
But-
And I was putting 35 hours a week on an average week in the shop, and then
Just
I
the
was
shop?
doing and I was doing
Including forward driving.
no. And then I was doing 45 and 50 on the machine. Now, what that meant was I wasn't doing enough for the lads. So the lads were losing 10 to 15 hours that I used to be doing. And then I'm not getting it home at all for the kids. So I was trying to change that a little bit now.
Yeah.
But it's but then you have Lily does rugby,
Yeah.
and Clark's training and he's doing soccer, and you have to put the kids first.
Yeah.
So I do try and get home and get them to bed, and then I'll tip back into town.
Would you?
Well, I'm only
I
5,
know you're not
10
far
minutes
away
from
like
town.
that.
It's not like but I'm still not working any harder than like Barry and them.
Yeah, did you ever think of just saying, fuck it, pull the pin, the whole
I
lot?
can't. I'm too far gone.
No, but listen,
But you definitely do bring a lot of hardship on yourself.
I do, but
And I
it's
think you
very-
love it, though.
It's
Yeah,
very
you
hard.
thrive
I
on it.
see.
You're
you see,
definitely not the man. Just
I'm trying to do something, and the more that someone tells you can't do it,
the more you want to do it.
and then
what are you trying to do? What is the
That's a yeah.
what is the Dave Cuddy in goal?
so what I'd love to have is I'd love to have my house. I'd love
Right.
to have my podcast room in my house.
In my house, yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
I'd like to have my clothes that I'm so close now, have my own clothes. All of them are mine, made in a factory by my people.
No
way.
There's
Okay,
no
right.
one else.
Well, you told me, remember when we were at was it last year?
Yeah.
You said that Ellie Hansen was X, Y, Z. You'd pay them.
They're all because
But you
everyone,
told me that time.
everyone's
you goes,
riding everyone.
Yeah.
But to do that, so you want that?
I'm doing it. It's done. I've
done.
that done now.
Is this a podcast
So-
exclusive?
So you have your own brand made by you.
Everything's mine now.
So every bit of thread in them is yours.
No, well, not. You get a factory and you're cutting out all the people in the middle.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're because what's happening is there's
But-
just too many steps in between you getting it, and you're waiting too long, and it's so complicated, and you can't time anything.
Well,
so you're working too
That
far
was
ahead
another
of
thing you
yourself.
said to me. You have so many orders
Well-
get in and not coming up. They weren't in time.
You're,
Like,
you're working too far ahead of yourself,
I-
and then where do you store it? Where do you put it? So it's a logistics thing. So where I'm working, it's not big enough for everything that I get. So
Yeah.
then you're paying for storage. Then you have to wait until you need it. Then you ship it in. Then you break down the pallets. Then you bring them up. Then you count them. Then you log them. Then you have to put them up. Then you do your photos. Then you sell them. Then you have to package them. England, nightmare. Last 3 years, England, fucking nightmare. Can't sell land to England. They're scanning everything. Everything is in customs. So what you're doing is, if I put the cost to the English customer, they say postage is too dear. We don't want to pay the postage. That's too dear. And then if I send it the way they want me to send it, they get a customs charge and they expect me to pay it. Like I can't do anything about Brexit. I didn't do Brexit.
so you'd actually rather not sell things, and then it's
Yeah.
more of a headache.
It's so hard because you feel like you're riding them, but there's nothing I can do about postage.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. It's
How much
cheaper for
postage?
them to. It's cheaper for them to buy 5 yolks and send them over than one pair of glasses.
Yeah. How much is postage in England?
Sure, it depends. Like, do people say, what's the tracking number? Well, like, if you want a tracking number, I've charged an extra €3. Like that's what it is for a registered post. And then it just gets all
Messy.
messy.
I
And
think
it
it's,
gets unprofessional.
I think it's hard work.
Well, it's not hard work when it's running right. Like I think I have it nearly there now. But it's all about everything. It's the same as talking to Greg and Gara, talking to Barry, bet you if you're talking to your boss, there's a time you need staff. So like you can't do anything unless you get someone
Yeah,
with
so you
you
have to-
that's able to do something.
Reliable.
Yeah, because you can't
Yeah.
do everything yourself. And then what makes it hard is you're doing something that you're only learning yourself. So I have to make them mistakes and figure them things out before I get someone in and show them how to do it.
But,
Yes.
right? Why have your own clothing brand? Why?
Because I don't like the ones I'm getting. They're not good enough.
But why do a clothing brand? Why?
Because that's the only way that you can fund it.
Because why actually ask someone else to do what you want?
I think
when
it's...
when you have your cowboy dust, right? Why do you make that? It's more than you want people to have a lovely sensual experience on their tongue.
You see?
Like, number one, you want to think, God, I did that. That's mine. When you see someone using it, and they go, oh, that's mint.
It's a hobby. It's not the...
No. At the start, it wasn't. It wasn't. Because I remember when you started making that.
It was always a hobby.
No.
Always a hobby.
You always said you would love a
Would
robe.
it be a hobby
that
if it
gave
made
spice.
€1 million?
Sorry?
Would it be a hobby if it made €1 million?
It's still a hobby, yeah.
Nah,
No.
it
It's
wouldn't.
a hobby.
No, it wouldn't.
It's always a hobby to us. It's a
But
hobby.
would it be a hobby
It's
if
not
it
a
was
hobby.
making €1 million?
No.
That's not a hobby. It's not.
Look, you can be way busier with that if I want. I can really bust my balls and I can go into the big stores. It's just too much hard work.
I know, but
I stayed at an awful small
I know
level.
what you're saying.
I
But
remember
what
when
I'm
you
saying
started
is,
making that.
nothing good comes from not going through the hard work. So I do think everything worth doing is at the other side of the hardship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, do you ever see that meme where the two boys are digging the hole
And one
and it's real hard, and one lad gives up because
Yeah,
it's too hard,
and next
and
thing
the other
you
lad's only that far away
from
from
the
it.
nugget, the gold, and the...
I want to get to the nugget
Yeah.
because I suppose it's I want to be able to, when I get older, have something for my kids.
Yeah.
What you want from him?
I want to be able to hand them a house.
That's a lot of houses.
That's 5 or
That's a
6
lot of
houses.
Dave.
What?
That's
a lot of
5 or 6 houses.
No, sure. I only have 2 young lads. The women will figure it out.
That's a lot of houses, Dave.
What about Bruce going missing the other day? Did you see that?
Who's gone missing?
Oh, he took off the
Out
Him and the
the
dog.
Out the fucking door,
Jesus.
down the road.
You tough boy.
He's oh jeez.
Oh, Bruce, the little
Yeah.
small down the road.
And
Yeah,
what
with the
was-
dog.
What was funny about it, I was after bringing home one of the first aid kits that were out of date because
Thanks, John.
once they go out of date, you have to get rid of them. So I had it on the table, but he had a little first aid kit, like a briefcase, in his hand,
Stop.
and off he went down the road, the main road,
Fuck. Tulsa.
terrified. Vicky
Ring
just be like,
Tulsa. Ring-
Vicky
ring-
rang me, and she's
Ring
and, like,
Tulsa there.
there's nothing I can do. Stairgate's up. He can open the lock. You can't. You have to watch him like a
Yeah.
hawk.
But I see there last
He's
week,
busy.
there was something
Busy.
in the news last week. Was it a young fella in England? I think 4 years of it. No, it was in England. No, where the fuck? It was up the north. Got knocked down by a car in the house there. He turned 4 on Saturday.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
killed. The car.
Yeah.
And I was in a group on Snapchat, and one of the lads goes, "What the fuck is he doing out on the road?" And I have no kids, but I see my niece and nephews, John has kids. Only a split second. And my sister's always said to me, and John said, "You take your eye off that child for a
Especially
split second.
in a
They're
state-
gone." And my ma be knocking the main door of the sitting room and locking the front door. Make sure you lock that front door when you come in. Them kids are here. I was like, they're not going to open the door.
Oh, you
but
couldn't watch.
they will.
I'd say
And
even-
they're only
sure, even-
3 to 3.
Even
Like,
at home, like they'd be climbing. Sure, how many? Every chap has big scars on their face and yokes. And
Yeah.
on the day that they fall, you're there thinking, "Oh, Jesus!"
end of the world, A&E.
They'd be falling all the time. When you hear them falling, you hear this. You wait.
Ah.
And if you hear the cry, you're grand. It's when you don't hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you hear this. Ah! It's the delay.
Was it last week? Where in Sinead's house? You were there, and you were in the kitchen. What was I coming in? I was doing something.
Sock.
I came in with Emma,
Oh.
and
Coming in sock.
one of my sisters, the youngest of my sisters, little one, came to the front sitting room. They were all in the back kitchen at the side of the house, and I was walking around the front window, and she was mad to wave me and Emma. She goes, "Oh, Emma and Stephen, Emma." Next thing, she just took a tumble off the back of the couch, and she went, and I felt helpless. I went to grab her through the window. I was like, I can't. The window was there, but she went tumbling backwards, and she laid on the ground face down, no moving. I was like, oh my God. And then she roared, and I was like, oh, she's grand. But that split second wasn't even my own child.
Yeah.
And I was just like, my heart stopped. I was baiting the kitchen window. Your daughter, Eva's there. She's not falling. I was full. I can't imagine what it's like with your own child.
So it looks. Look,
I was just looking in the window and she was face down.
they're
no
always going
moon.
to be scary, and everyone you talk to has older kids. They all say they're
Yeah.
actually more worried about them when they're teenagers and they're out. And
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
yes, well, that to look forward to. Can't wait.
Yeah, Lily's at that age now, so you're ready for it.
No,
That's what age, Lily?
she's 14,
14. Paul, what are you on about?
and she's
She's not that age yet.
She's
14.
in
I
the-
said she is that age.
In the
But she's
last
not there
year,
yet.
the change
14.
in them, it's crazy. Like
The which?
the change from little girl to teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because their friend group is more important than their parents.
And, and the phones are.
And I tried to be ready for it, because I was reading this book one time, and they were saying that we all have this genetic marker in us when we get to a certain age and our hormones are pumping in. It's a marker that makes us not like our parents. It's from when we were cavemen. You say, "Oh, I need to leave the tribe," because to stop
Yeah.
you from incestual relationships. So you go outside your tribe.
Yeah.
And that's when you were supposed to be at your sexual maturity, and then you start fucking around and you have your own family. But they don't like your fucking parents. They only want to talk to their peer group that isn't their parents.
Yeah.
So you have so little input in how your kids turn out. As
but
well as you want to wear them, it's about their friend group and who they hang with and the other adults in their life and their friends' parents.
But you see that though, I think that's changing. I said this was it with James Conway on that podcast we were on about. Like, I met Emma and Craig was 15, 16. And I could not get over the things he was telling her. Like, he's 18 now. But when I met her, he was so open. And you said this, we're on about mental health
Yeah.
and young people committing suicide. This is how the conversation sparked. We're just like, why don't you talk to anyone? And I actually am a firm believer now, the youth of today are more open than they were previous to our
age.
generation
Yeah.
or
I think
Don's.
so too. I think
Yeah,
so.
because, and I said, the church, you're not allowed to speak. Speak when you're walking there. The teachers in primary school were like, shh, don't talk. But nowadays, you're allowed to talk. But I see her young fella, like he was 15, I think, when I met her. And he come in and said, Ma, God, right out, man. Like he was, I done this. And I said, if I said that to my mother when I was 15, she'd be like this. And she'd be like, Craig, did you do what I told you? And I said to her, is that normal? She goes, yeah, it is. And she goes, once he listens to me.
But,
The
but
difference is, I
it
think
is,
the
it is
same-
complicated though. Why is so many people killing themselves now? Like, we're not supposed to be their friends. We're supposed to be their parents.
But you're always told to shush years ago. I reckon that's a big player in youth.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk.
I had.
I was never allowed to talk when I was younger. Just go in there and shut your mouth.
But I the same thing there. Joe, I find that everybody's more open now. We talk so openly about sexual activities or whatnot,
Yeah.
or even the fucking.
But when we were growing up,
But
you weren't allowed.
Why aren't you talking if there's something not?
Is that age? Do we just think that?
Come here
Are we?
now.
I don't
I
like.
wouldn't
do
have spoke
we
like that when I was that age.
Do you know when you
No.
look back, we probably didn't with our parents because of a generational thing. So like when
But-
when I was, most people are raised by their siblings. So like my parents were 2 generations over me.
I was raised by John. I was raised by him.
But my parents would have been 2 generations over me. But I would have been more close to Barry, Gregory, Gara. I had older brothers that could have been my parents. So what age were your parents when you were 15? What age was your dad?
I'm 31 now. What's age of my dad? Just for 40.
We'll say in my family
40s.
alone, it's 10 years between me and my sister.
Mm.
And then it's 14 years to David and 16 years to Anthony. So my brother Anthony is my godfather.
Yeah, but there was a lot of that. But it was
Yeah.
different. It was a different time.
But it was more of a time you were silenced,
But
I
even
think.
just as I was saying, now they're way more open about everything, but still not chatting
If I push it on,
about mental health. They're very open about sexual and stuff, and
Yeah,
They-
but a
they-
lot of it,
they
I think,
don't
is
care.
bravado.
they don't care. do you
Like
know?
the social media with young people is like if you don't understand, you're growing up. Like if you have all these girls looking at these young lad ones with filters and they're thinking, "Oh, I'm supposed to look like that," and that's great if you look like that. But when you don't look like that and you don't have that life or that perception of what that life is, that's gonna mentally fuck you up.
Yeah.
Would you reckon social media is gone bad
Oh,
for?
it's a big player.
Look, if and there's nothing we can do about it. We have to let them use it because they're going to be left behind if they don't.
Yeah.
But they just have to figure out a way of navigating through it and realising that it's not real. Do you know, like filters? Like, how many young people use filters now and they think that's how they're supposed to look?
How many old people use filters?
Yeah, but they're already grown up, and
I see people my age
that's
using them
them
every day.
already. They've their psychology is embedded inside them. I'm talking to young people that they're mentally developing. This is what they're trying to figure out. It's different because that's making them the person that they are when they get older.
Right, see, there's another example. Emma copped one night. When I met her, Craig used to always bring friends around, women and lads. And there was women in the house one night, and all the lads made food. They went in the air fryer, they were making chicken, everything. They were going to a house party or something. And they're all eating. And she goes, none of the girls ate. And she's like, girls, why aren't you eating? Oh, no, I've ate enough today. And she just said, what did you eat today? I had my breakfast this morning. Are you hungry? And they said, yeah, well, I'm actually starving. But they were starving themselves because of the way they look. And that's young ones these days.
Yeah, but there's plenty of them not starving these as well. Like, you know, I often go out and I see, and I'm not saying I'm bad about them, but like you could have someone that's a young one that's fairly overweight and should be wearing anything she wants. So they're not conscious like people used to be.
But
so
is she on social media?
There's a good side of it as well. Like they're not nervous to go out and wear what they want, no matter how big they are.
Yeah,
you know,
but
so
that's
it's
actually
not
becoming
all
a thing now.
Negative as well. They don't have to starve themselves to find a niche.
Yeah, but Emma got fierce upset over that night. She goes, "Is that the way things are going?" She's like, "Are women going out to present themselves in a certain way, and are starving themselves to do it?"
Yeah.
She got upset. She's like, "What the fuck?" She goes, "When I was younger, she was fed, and you were what you were."
Look at young lads now.
Yeah.
Look at gym culture. Everything I look at on TikTok now, every half yoke is young lads doing protein, cooking, and gym, and all this stuff.
I think that's a new money maker. I think.
Yeah, I know,
It is, but they
but
buy
people,
into it.
They're still looking after themselves a lot better.
What do you think is doing with that?
For these protein bars or protein shakes, and they live off.
These
Yeah,
gym
we
heads.
do
I
this
think.
tomorrow,
I
and I was in
think
a
it's a
cafe.
money maker. I see.
I was in a cafe at the street side in Enfield this morning with Emma, and I ordered a smoothie. I had a bit of a call. A bug buster was called. I said, "Give me a bug buster as well. Do you want protein in it?" So I was like, "What? Do you want me to put protein in it?" I was like, "For what?" "Oh, it's an option." Like, "Yeah, put protein in it. Yeah, grand." I was never offered protein ever before, especially in a cafe.
Yeah.
Well, what's that about? Do you want protein in it?
Well, you want protein to build them fucking get them
Did he not see
gains.
the size of me? I don't fucking need protein. Duck eggs off Brian Boogie knows do me.
I'm quite enjoying the egg whites, and I'm strictly on doing with the whiskey.
Aye, can we take a break?
Yeah.
Oh, you take breaks and everything.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we're not like you.
Usually I just fuck off.
Yeah, in the middle of the podcast, Donald just
I just goes.